My name is Thomas Collins. I'm in 11th grade and I attend Revere Preparatory School.
Awesome. Thank you. So Thomas, what happened that made you realize that you needed our service?
Well, I took the PSAT in 10th grade, and that was kind of my only baseline of really like viewing where I was for the SAT. And then I was looking at my math scores, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't do that great on math, so I should probably focus on that because I always thought like when I was doing math, like in class, like, oh, I'm good at math. Then on like the PSAT, I wouldn't perform as well as I would hope so.
Right. And why was that an issue for you?
I think the biggest reason was honestly that I hadn't learned a lot of material covered on the SAT, or if I had, I had learned it very briefly, and like it wasn't like fresh in my mind when I was taking the test.
Right. And I guess how'd you find out about us?
My friend Diego, his older sister, took you guys and said it was great. So she was pretty happy with it. So I decided to give it a try.
And what was your expectation of the virtual group environment?
I was a little skeptical as well. I wasn't really worried about losing focus because I'm normally able to keep my focus, but it was more of just like if I was gonna get enough attention or if I didn't know how to do something, I wouldn't be able to like bring it to your guys' attention or anything like that. That was like my only concern really.
And how would you ultimately describe that experience?
Obviously very positive. When you have to submit your answers, that helps a lot because if I don't understand something, I can't just like kind of like hide and pretend like I do. Like sometimes in class, like you pretend like you understand what they're saying, even though you have no idea. You have to submit an answer. And then even if you get the right answer, I can see different ways of doing it if other people get the answer wrong. So it's pretty helpful.
Nice. And if another student asked, how would you describe our service?
Very professional. Again, you guys deliver like very, very good results. Um, I'd say it went like further than how I thought it was going to help. I was expecting like 50 to 100 points, and obviously it helped much more than that. So I was very happy with it.
So what was that ultimate result that we helped you get?
On the PSAT, I went from getting 460 all the way to 730, so 270 points, which is really great.
I'm shocked.
Yeah,
Even I'm
I was
shocked.
enjoying myself.
I don't even know how you did that, bro. I mean, you did the work.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Like it's not that much work. I think I was a little worried about the workload at first, but like once you kind of set up a schedule and just make sure you have time to do your homework, you can definitely manage it.
That's good to hear. I mean, I always thought I'm not gonna lie. I look at it as like it's a decent amount of work, but
Yeah, it's a decent amount of work, definitely. It's like having maybe like I would say an extra, maybe more, around like an extra AP class, like a hard AP class, kind of on top of your normal schedule, I would say.
that's what I always say. So we're on the same page here. So what has this result meant for you?
It's meant a lot. Like it's opened me up to a lot more colleges that I can apply to next year because obviously I'm going to work on my English score a little bit because I'm trying to get above like the 1400 mark, but it obviously helps me a lot for going applying to different colleges, especially in state schools because I think they care a lot more about the SAT than schools outside of state.
Right, nice. What advice would you give another student on their currently on this journey, bro?
If you're currently taking it wrong, I think the most important thing taking piece of pie is you just have to do the work. Like you can't like not pay attention in class and expect to get the results you want. You have to just do the homework and really make sure you understand what you're doing. Like don't just you kind of have to understand the conception to apply it to like multiple different areas because with the SAT, it's not like just a formula. Like they ask you kind of abstract questions, so you need to be able to understand how I guess the like very baseline part of that works so you can apply it to every different format they throw at you.
How do you think is the best way to prepare that?
I would say the second course we did with you definitely helped a lot, like going into like, because I got a 710 the first time I took it, which is good, but getting the last like 6, 7 really hard questions right was just like a big struggle because those questions were questions that you obviously like had never seen before. Because taking the SAT, they're all very similar. Like there's a lot of questions that kind of have copies of one another. So the last like few questions, you really have to think about like in a more abstract way. And I think Piece of Pie is a great way of kind of explaining like the basics of every single problem, and you can use that and other things to kind of plug them into those answers and help you find a good answer.
Anything else we should know?
I don't know. I think we covered everything, but I would just say it's definitely like there's nothing out there like it. I haven't like when I was looking for tutors, like at first, like I tried maybe one or two other people, like just individual tutors, and like there's nothing like you guys, I would say.
Nice, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course.